Well, the longer you take, the more handfuls of Cheez-Its I'm eating.
No handfuls, just a single, buddy. Come on, man. All you need is
I'm doing handfuls of 2.5 chips.
2.5 Cheez-Its is not a handful. What are you talking about? It's a pinch.
Okay, fair enough.
Come on. What are you talking about?
You know what? You know what? You know
Seven
what
or more.
I lose sleep over, Dan? You know what I lose sleep over?
Our arguments?
Dan, you know what I lose sleep over? You're
Tell
gonna love
me.
it.
Tell me.
Why don't we have the technology to make chips come in packages that are unbroken? Why don't we have that technology?
We do. It's just expensive.
We put people on the moon 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So I think the closest were like Pringles. Pringles were the closest because it's a tube, and so you're dealing with a lot less broken chips.
Yeah, but they get broken in there too.
But it's a lot less per capita than a regular bag of chips because it's stacked, and so like you're only gonna get weird broken edges on like the tops and the bottoms, of course. The middle pieces aren't gonna break.
Technology to put nitrogen in there to make it like seem like a fatter bag of chips, but they couldn't figure out how to make the chips not break. That's my beef right now.
Here's the thing:
I don't understand.
If you want chips to not break, you got to make them thicker and crunchier. You got to make them more hardy.
I have a phone. I have a phone that can detect my face, but we can't make chips.
No, listen.
But we can't make chips that don't break.
You can
right?
So like you could put them in a sleeve that has each individual slot that has like it's like protected, but then your chips are probably going to cost a whole lot more.
I don't buy your argument at all. Your argument is invalid to me.
And you didn't hear the whole thing.
I get your Pringles argument.
All right, in a nutshell, here we go. Would you rather pay $2.50 for a sleeve of chips, like Pringles size or Ruffles or what have you, whatever the style is,
or I have to pay $5 for a huge bag that has the equivalent, maybe 1/3 more of unbroken chips?
What? No, listen.
You know what? We have the technology to do it. You know what? Scientists are keeping us down, and that's all I want you to acknowledge right now.
Yeah, I don't think the scientists are keeping us down. It's a cost analysis issue. Like if they want to put each individual chip into a sleeve and make it a little bit thicker so it's less brittle, then you'll have every single chip perfectly like intact with all the seasoning.
Pringles aren't Ruffles though. I like Ruffles.
That you can
I
have.
like wavy chips.
Hey,
I like wavy chips.
Hey, guess what? In this world that I'm delivering to you, you could have a sleeve of Ruffles that are perfectly pressed, not broken.
We can ruffle chips, but we can't make them be unbroken because Pringles hasn't figured it out either.
Here's the problem though, Pismo. If you were to get a sleeve of unbroken chips, perfectly seasoned, in a thickness that wouldn't crack under pressure, and you were to open them up, are you going to be able to grab every single one of them without dropping one of them? Or do you?
No, that's why you pour them into your hand.
You can't.
What are you?
You can't pour chips into your hand.
What are you, a savage over here?
You can't pour chips.
You're sticking your hand all the way in there? I mean, maybe my hands are fatter than yours, but I doubt it.
You pour water.
I bet your hands are bigger than mine.
You pour water. Obviously, my hands are bigger than yours.
The bottom of a Pringles sleeve. All right.
You don't pour chips. You pour water. Okay.
So you're sticking your whole hand into a sleeve of Pringles. No, you're not.
No,
because you
I
get
can't
salt
fit.
all over your arm.
I can't fit.
And you know that I am right, and I won this argument. Because I know that you would never do that. Because you're not gonna go a foot into your arm full of salt so that you can get a chip.
Okay, neither one of us can put our hands down a tube of Pringles to get chips. Neither one of us can do that. Okay, so let's start there. Both of us are doing what we know to be right, which is the only solution, and that's flipping.
I'm doing a shot right now, by the way.
You gotta flip the Pringle tube up. You gotta flip the Pringle tube upright. You deal with whatever fallout comes out onto your hand. It's yours. You accept.
Well, then you ruined them all. Versus a bag of chips.
No.
You just take them out.
No, you cleaned it. You cleaned it out the tube on the very first chip, and then you grab what's there.
Then you're committed at that point. You have to eat that whole tube.
Well, no, because you're getting the remnants that are in there, and then once you grab like 3 or 4 or whatever. You can pull the rest of the tube down, and it might break one. I don't know, might not break one, and then puts the whole tube down. Now you have like 3 or 4 chips. Some of them are broken, some of them aren't, but you have all the broken pieces inside of the tube in your hand, and so you can warp them down, have one at a time, and then hit whatever you want to do to clean it up, whatever. But then you have a whole tube full of unsullied, unbroken chips. Well, some of them might be unbroken, some of them might be broken, but you could then pull from them and essentially they should all be close to full. Huh?
I'm just a big proponent of unbroken chips. Is that so? Is that am I Hitler?
No, I think and my argument stands as far as Pringles are the right way to go with the unbroken chips, and I feel like I've delivered a solution to you as somebody who doesn't want broken chips. You can either throw out, you could even hold the chip stack and throw out the garbage and shake it, and then press and put it back over, and none of them will be like broken pieces anymore.
How big of a sleeve do we need for a $5 bag of chips?
I don't feel like that's related to what I was saying at all. What do you mean?
Yes, I do. Because a sleeve of Pringles is maybe like
isn't it like $2.50,
a 16-ounce
$3?
bag or whatever.
Well, not bags.
Yeah, I don't know chip sizes.
They're not bags. They're tennis ball cartons. They're cardboard.
I know what I'm talking about.
You said bag.
But what I'm saying is, how does that compare to like a $5 bag of chips from like wavy chips?
Chips
like
are
$5
$5.
Wavy chip from Costco. That's a giant bag of chips.
Okay.
So how do you fix that problem?
What problem?
I'm gonna have 20 guests, or I want it to last for a week and a half. What are my options? My options are to buy 5 sleeves of Pringles.
What's the problem? Is it quantity, or is it solid chips without breakage? What's the problem?
Both.
No.
Obviously.
Because your party members don't care if the chips are intact.
Yes, they do, because they want to be able to grab a whole chip and to be able to dip it.
Yeah, but not
they don't want to grab a crumble. They don't want to crumble that they're gonna have to like get their fingers dirty with onion dip.
No.
I mean, come on.
No.
What kind of beast are you?
No. That's completely wrong. Your party members don't care about complete chips. They just want to have full, like I will say, quote, full chips, which is just not like parts of chips, which is what you're trying to say. Which, okay, so what, 50% or more? 50% or more.
Are you like, you know what? I don't need a whole chip. I'm gonna take that 1/6 size of a chip.
50% or more is what I'm saying. 50% or more of a chip. Half of a chip or more. To be able to dip appropriately, yeah.
So you think Pringle technology has solved that problem?
I think it's the closest. It hasn't solved it. It's not solved, no. But it's the closest with their design. Because it's not in a bag that's getting shoveled around.
I think they don't care. That's my
I think when science is that close to perfection, they don't have to care.
No, my ultimate thing is that, okay, so my whole point of this is that you have Pringles, but Pringles aren't wavy chips. All right, I'm sorry, wavy
Do
potato
Pringles
chips.
have a wavy chip option? I don't know if they do.
I don't know. I can't.
I'm gonna say
I can't,
I've never seen one.
I defer to the experts on that.
I've never seen one before.
But what I'm saying is, when I buy a $5 bag of chips, and you know what, you get maybe I don't even want to say 2/3. I want to say maybe 56% of them are whole chips, if you're lucky. If it wasn't banged up, on the ride home or whatever. I still think they have the technology to do it. They just don't want to. They're holding back on us.
They don't need to.
That's all I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're holding back on us.
Yes, they don't need to. They don't care.
Okay, that was the whole point I was trying to make.
Big Chip knows you're gonna buy them. They're crunchy, salty, crazy goodness. They don't have to be perfect.
By the way, I have to say I love this argument
Dude,
we're having. I'm so happy I'm having this argument with you.
Chip bags have been half full since having born. I can't remember a full chip bag.
Since time immemorial.
Yeah. As if you open a cereal box isn't full. Nothing's full ever. The closest thing.
So what do they do
milk?
about cereal? Cereal's always broken.
It's not
always
full.
It's always roughage at the bottom.
Oh yeah, and you try to eat all the rest of the sugar. It's way too much.
Sorry about cereal. This is actually the reason I don't eat cereal. It's actually 100% the reason I don't eat cereal because
it breaks up.
It's got a worse roughage percentage than chips do. Every single cereal box you'll ever have. And
it's not about the destination. It's about the ride.
So what? So am I supposed to
enjoy 80% of the box to suffer through the 20? Yes.
Hey, no, because it's not 80%.
Oh, I think it's 80-20.
It's maybe 56 at best. 56 at best.
No, dude. You get yourself a nice box of honey bunches of oats or Raisin Bran Crunch.
When you go to Fred Meyer or you go to Costco, and you get the box that is at the end of the aisle.
Who cares what the box is?
Because they're all gone. They're all gone.
I demand the floor manager bring me a new pallet down, and I deliver a new pallet. I drop kicked the last box. I drop kicked the last box outside. Yeah. I'm not taking this. You know what I think of this?
I'm having so much fun with this conversation.
Drop kick this. So cereal,
give me 1 second to catch my breath.
I don't eat cereal often. I don't, but when I do eat cereal, I enjoy it, and I typically try to mix it. I'll take
No, I'm serious. I don't like cereal because it's worse than chips when it comes to roughage. To be perfectly honest, if I'm being very honest about it, the roughage in cereal is much worse than the roughage in chips.
Guess what? Out of everything in your life, that's the one of the smallest, most granular things that you have to worry about in your life. You could literally throw that out.
I'm telling you right now, I have roughage in my Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you pay.
They're going in the trash.
But you pay $60.
Are you gonna stick your hand in there and eat a bunch of crumbs?
Your dog would, just like your dog eats Michael Jordan steaks.
No, my dog does not eat crumbs. All right.
That's what my point is. You don't have to worry about the roughage because you're spending so much money on your dog to have Michael Jordan steaks. It doesn't matter. You live a different lifestyle.
No, the Michael Jordan steaks were free. All right.
Okay, sure, fine. So yeah, okay. So you don't want to spend a couple bucks on imperfections. That's up to you. I'm saying the other. Let's just, for the sake of argument, call it 40%.
How much would you be willing to pay? No. Okay, I think we both understand our arguments right now. My question to you is, how much would you pay for a current big $5 bag of chips that was unroughaged?
From what kind of any of my personal preference of chips? If it was pepper, kale chips or whatever, my own personal choice, or
Well, you know who does it well is the is the kettle chips because
That's what
their
I'm
chips
saying.
are so hard.
Right.
They're so hard that they're
Right.
not broken.
Well, I agree.
Not to the same percentage.
I agree that they may not be broken chips, but there's definitely roughage in there because there's like single slivers of chips all over the place.
So I guess my question is, what percentage of upcharge would you be willing to pay? Or not my point, because I think we've both made our points and we're agreeing to disagree on those. I think at the end of the day.
Okay, well let me ask
But,
you
like-
this. Okay, you ask your question, I'll ask mine. You go ahead. Finish your thought.
What percentage of upcharge would you be willing to pay if you were guaranteed to have an unruffaged bag of chips?
I would pay $0 extra.
Really?
Yes.
You would rather dig your hands into that grease and just deal with it.
Yeah, what you say, dig your hands in that grease, is to me like a bag of chips. It's I've been dealing with it my whole life, and guess what? I find it's fine. If I want to have a bag of chips, I find that my bags of chips are fine, albeit
Would
they
you pay
generally
instead
have.
of $5? Would you pay $7 if you knew they were all going to be whole chips?
No, I wouldn't, but I would pay $7 if I would have more volume.
Really, that $2 is too much to have whole chips.
Oh, more volume. That's the thing. Whole chips with less volume is less worthwhile to me than more volume whole chips.
It's the same volume. Do you know how volume works?
Okay, let me rephrase this. I would be happier with more roughage and more volume. I know this is gonna sound insane to you. I would be
Oh my
happier.
god, my head's blowing up right now. I don't know if we can be friends after this.
I would be happy with more volume if the chips were even like 60%. All of them are 60%. But I had more volume. I would be happier with those chips than for them to be perfect in every angle.
Oh my god.
I would absolutely.
I feel like we can't continue this conversation because we're idealistically different. This is like an AOC person talking to a Trump person right now.
Just
Like there's no crossing the gap.
it's not about the perfect chip. It's about having enough chip to be able to dip it. That's
So
my mentality.
you're gonna take a handful of chips and you're gonna like dip your whole hand into the sauce
Where's
so that you
this
can get.
thing coming from? Why does it have to be a whole hand? I want one chip,
Well,
bro.
how else are you gonna get onion dip on your fucking chips, on your roughage? You said
What are you
you'd rather
talking
have
about?
more roughage.
No.
What are you doing with your roughage?
Okay, let me tell you a trick of the trade, my good kind sir. If you have roughage on a napkin, check this out. You take the 50-50
Oh my God, he
chip.
brings in the napkins because I love eating napkins.
You don't
Go
eat
ahead.
napkins, but here you go. You pour some out on a napkin. Oh, I got some regular chips. Oh, I got some roughage. Check this out.
Roughage. We're using it for lack of a better term. We call them roughage.
I completely understand what you're saying. Guess what, though? Life hack. Dip your 50-50 chip in the sauce, and then dip
No,
your
we're not talking 50-50 chips. We're talking 33 or less, which is.
What do you mean 33 or less?
I'm okay. Sorry. Let me quantify. Let me properly quantify what I call roughage. So I'm saying
I
that,
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You're saying the roughage. What I'm saying is a chip that is half or 60. My argument was like I'd rather have like 50 to 60% chips in the whole bag. That's where I'm starting. So my chip that I'm grabbing.
Oh, so we're actually probably on the same side.
So what I'm grabbing is a 50 or 60% chip. It's not a whole chip. It's half or more of a chip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that chip and I'm going to dip that in like the dip that I'm enjoying. And then I'm going to dip that chip into the roughage.
I totally think you're right. Yeah,
And then I'm going to eat it.
Right,
And so I'm getting chip on top of chip and dip. It's more crunch and more seasoning.
But-
But I'm getting chip on top of chip and dip. It's more crunch and more seasoning.
But-
more crunch and more seasoning.
But when I say roughage, I'm saying the less than 50%,
That's
which
fine.
which I think is at least 44% of the bag.
No. Wait. What was the percent of the chips again?
Less than 40% of the chip is 46% of the bag.
Gosh, I wish there was a way to prove this.
You know what?
Because I think you're
funny,
wrong.
Man?
I think that
You know
you're
what's
wrong.
funny, man?
I think
You know
it's
what's
more
funny, man?
than we have
I
the
bet
bag.
I bet you Lay's has scientists that they make
We could find it.
$200,000 a
We
year.
could find that data, yeah.
That look at this type of.
I bet we could probably get this data from Matt's brother. Matt's or
No,
cousin or
which one?
Matt's cousin that has all that
Oh,
data,
okay.
the big data dives. He might be able to find that because I would venture to say there's more than, what was it, 34, 40, less than 50%. You're saying more than 50% of the chips have less than half of the chip in the bag.
Yes.
And I disagree.
No, wait, no. Sorry. No. That's not what I was saying. I was saying 44% of the bag is less than 40% of a chip.
Yeah. Gosh,
Dude,
that's a high
does that make
amount.
sense?
That's a high amount. You might be very close. That's a high amount. Yeah. I mean, I'd bet a shot. I wouldn't bet a million.
Right now,
I wouldn't bet a million. I'd bet a shot on that. I would bet one shot. I would not bet $1 million on that. Because that seems reasonable.
I've thought about this.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. But my personal preference still stands. I would rather have a smaller chip and be able to dip that into dip and then bounce it off of some roughage and enjoy it.
Yeah, because that way it's. I totally see what you're saying, because when you have one 50-50 each, you can do it without double dipping. I know exactly your rationale. It makes total sense. You have perfect amount of fingers to chip ratio to get dip. I know exactly what you're saying.
The roughage doesn't really bother me.
I'm saying at what point is it too little that you're going to be getting, like, dip on your fingers? And I'm saying at that point it's 40% or less.
Guess what?
Is when you're getting.
I got another life
What's
hack
that?
for you. Another life hack for you. You ready for this?
I'm taking a shot, by the way. I'm sure you're going to love that.
This might blow your mind, and it might be like, yeah, I've considered that, but I don't do that. So it could be blows your mind, or hey, I've considered that and I don't do that. When it comes down to the little bits where you can't actually dip it into sauce anymore, or dip or whatever, it becomes.
I throw it away.
Nope. Listen. It becomes an ingredient for salad toppings.
No, because if I'm eating salad, I just eat salad.
That isn't.
I'm not trying to make my salads unhealthy.
What? No, it's not unhealthy. It's awesome. You add a little bit of awesome to it. There's an extra crunch.
You're adding a whole bunch of salt and shenanigans to it.
Yeah, I know. But you would eat those shenanigans if they were full chips. You son of a gun. You know you would eat them if they were full chips.
No,
so that's
I'm
what you have
throwing
with
it away.
salad.
It's not doing anyone any good. The roughage is not doing anyone any good.
You would eat them if they were full chips.
It needs to go in the trash. It needs to go down the throat.
You're not going to throw full chips in the trash. You wouldn't throw full chips in the trash. You shouldn't throw roughage in the trash.
Roughage goes in the trash.
You wouldn't throw full chips in the trash. Roughage goes on a salad.
But that's.
Roughage goes on in like a clam chowder. Roughage goes in like a house salad with ranch dressing. Goes on top. You throw it on top.
Who is arguing with us over the crunching up the chips in clam chowder?
Somebody who was wrong, apparently.
Was it Bob or was it
Lawrence, probably Lawrence. Bob probably doesn't care about anything. He's like, I'll try anything. Everything's awesome. Like Bob's easy to please. Lawrence probably would be frowning on that, but I feel like Lawrence is like a big weirdo that I love having conversations with because it's like, you think what? You think what? Like what? Like yeah. Who doesn't like crackers in their chowder? Who doesn't like crackers in their chowder? And
because someone said something about that at Seaside.
Yeah, but also guess what? When I was young,
think it was Lawrence.
my dad
I
made
think you were right.
my dad made house salads with ranch, and he's like, check this out. He crunched up a bunch of saltine crackers on my ranch. I was like, why'd you do that for? He's like, try this. I tried it. I was like, wow, this is like a salad with crunchy, salty goodness. And he's like, yep. And that's like, yeah, I get it. So that's the whole thing of like putting your ruffage on top of salads. Like it's just extra crunchy, salty goodness. Who cares about health? You're gonna eat it.
The twice a year I have. The twice a year I have, what's it called?
Ceviche?
Twice a year I have
Clam chowder?
Clam chowder. I'll be willing to put ruffage in it. I'll give you that.
You gonna save it up?
Is that a Wendy's?
You gonna save it up? Like, you know, like fanny pack or something? Like backpack? Like bring it with you? Like check us out.
No, because the rest is going in the trash. It's an opportunistic moment. Otherwise, no. You know what? To be perfectly honest, I don't want my wavy chips in there. I want my oyster crackers. You know what? I really love those oyster crackers because they're not salty.
You know what
There's no salt on oyster crackers.
Correct. I think they're just breaded. But if they are salty,
I think I'd rather have my oyster crackers.
If they are salty, it's subtle. But you know what I just thought about? And I would love to try, and it might be super gross, but it might be fine. Is breaking up some like Funyuns and putting them in clam chowder. I'm curious.
I'm not a fan of Funyuns.
Really? Okay. Do you like onion rings?
Yeah. Yes, but I don't like Funyuns.
Okay. Do you like onion rings straight, or do you dip them in anything like ranch or barbecue sauce, or like
Both.
You do dip them in sauces though?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Like if I'm at a Red Robin, we get the onion tower.
Oh,
and you dip them in campfire sauce.
Yeah, campfire sauce is like mayo and barbecue sauce mixed up. Yep. Yeah, man. I do like me some campfire sauce.
I love campfire sauce. I love dipping the French fries in campfire sauce.
Dude, me too. Well. And well, I also like just their steak fries in general with that seasoning on them. They do a very good job of cooking those things. Like
not going over the top with the seasoning either. Which, in my opinion, Five Guys goes over the top with their seasoning.
It's been years. It's been years since I've had Five Guys, dude. I couldn't even tell you. All I know is I don't like that they put American cheese on there. I wish they did cheddar cheese, like Tillamook cheddar cheese instead of American cheese, or like pepper jack. Like I wish you could customize it. I just don't like the plastic American cheddar cheese. It's not my go-to on burgers.
Yeah, I agree. The one thing that if you ever look up like nutritional value on the Five Guys French fries. The one thing that Five Guys is known for is that their French fries, you get a lot of your buck, because you get a lot of
peanuts.
fries. But
while you're waiting,
and the free peanuts, and the free peanuts. But they completely drench it with their seasoning, salt and whatnot, and it's way too much for me.
Yeah, I guess it's been years.
I'm someone who's like, yeah, there is such a thing as too much salt.
Yeah. So what do you think about Killer Burger? Because they have one in Hazeldale. They have one on the east side. Have you tried the peanut butter one?
There's one right next to my house.
Yeah. Have you tried?
Too salty. Even their burgers.
Have you tried?
Even their burgers are too salty.
The peanut butter burger though, it's like a little sweet because of the peanut butter.
I'm not a big peanut butter guy, so I'm not big on the peanut. I've had their meat. What's it called? The meat something.
Cowboy something or meat carnitas or whatever.
It's got like bacon and whatnot on it.
I haven't had that in like 4 years.
They also overly salt their. See, that's the thing, is that's the new, like, thing that's like a, it used to be like sugar was the big pandemic thing, or endemic thing, or I don't
Toilet
know,
paper.
whatever. Too much. We as Americans have too much. It used to be
Oh,
sugar.
sugar
Now
definitely is a
it's
problem.
salt. Well, I think it still is a problem, but
Yeah,
like
sugar is crazy. Have you heard what
but the
Tom
new
Brady says
but
about it?
like he doesn't. I don't think he eats sugar,
No, he
right?
doesn't. He says it's like the worst thing in the world. Yeah.
Well, it's like, when I was doing the keto diet, I mean, I told you guys about this, like, just after, having the equivalent of 2 beers with you and Zach, and the cornbread, like, after doing keto for like 5 weeks, I felt like shit the next day.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well, cause yeah, Lawrence was saying that like the carb hangover is a real thing.
Yeah, like it kind of really, in a sense, I mean, I like bread and stuff, but like
Did it like
it,
trigger like
it
you
kind of
like
makes me
woke
think
up a
that,
little bit?
like, I should just have it just completely eradicated from my life.
Yeah.
I think it would be good for me,
That's
but
why I think Bob,
I don't know
after
if
he
I can
goes
do it.
sober for a year, he's probably not going to drink it again because he's going to be like, I feel good all the time. Why would I drink anymore? Like, made me feel horrible.
Well, personally, if you want my opinion, I think they love their booze way too much. I think they're gonna do it probably for like 3 months,
And they'll find a
and
reason to,
then
like to
they'll probably,
celebrate. Yeah. They'll
or
celebrate like
they're gonna go
a
on
house
vacation
or
somewhere.
yeah,
They're gonna travel somewhere or
yeah.
something, because they're gonna go to a lake. They're gonna go do something,
Yeah. Well, it's good to have
something
goals
different.
and it's good to be like in it together. So I'm glad they're doing what they're doing,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I totally agree on that. Yeah.
Dude,
So, okay. So at the end of this long conversation that we had for 45 minutes.
about chips. I'm totally gonna clip
um,
this, by the way. I'm totally gonna clip this chip conversation. It's just this all stems from chip conversations. So hopefully this is chip related or food related. What were you gonna say to wrap it up?
I think I think in some sense we agreed, but you think that the roughage can be used for other things, whereas I feel like the roughage is a waste of time, and um, I'd rather pay a premium to have whole chips.
Yeah, you want to pay more money to have less roughage, and I'm fine with the current amount of roughage, but I would prefer more volume in my chips. Correct. Yes, is what I'm saying.
So you just rather have more chips.
I would have more chips, even if it meant more roughage. I just want the bag to be fuller. Yeah.
Well, that's why I use the $5 bags as an example.
Yeah. All right. Let's go see if we can find anybody who cares anything about chips or whatever. Let's play some games. Who's on?